So Rian Johnson, director of The Last Jedi, talked about whether Holdo actually committed a war crime in episode 8, which I think is just fabulous.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
All of us that saw The Last Jedi probably remember that breathtaking scene when Holdo jumps to light speed into the First Order ships, doing a massive amount of damage. Something that's already been done to a certain extent in Star Wars Rebels, though I wouldn't say that they fully did it first. And Rian talked about the scene saying, "So I had the silence thing and I boarded it out, and had the idea that it was going to be silent when we're up close seeing all the destruction, and then we'll cut back to the massive wide shot, and only then would the sound catch up with you and you hear the big boom." But the whole thing honestly didn't click until our amazing wizards at ILM came upon the idea of that exposure shift. We had versions of it before that with just regularly lit ships, with streaks of white going through them, and it was nowhere near as impactful. It was when they showed this version of it to me that had this exposure shift, and I was like, oh my god, that makes it all kind of click. So Holdo's sacrifice gave the Resistance enough time to get down to Crate, but were her actions actually a war crime? Rian Johnson believes that might be a possibility, and that the reason why we don't really see that maneuver in any other material besides the kind of thing that happened in Rebels is because it's outlawed. He explained, "First of all, has this been done before, period? I've got to reserve the right for story group member Pablo to build it back into canon. If he's like, yeah, this is a thing, and they outlawed it." I think there's various ways you can go with it. But it's not like it was the plan to do this. It's a spur-of-the-moment thing. It's this idea that she gets and she sits down and fucking does. And it obviously takes everybody completely by surprise. It takes Hux by surprise. The fact that Hux doesn't see it coming means it's probably not a standard military maneuver. I think it was something that Holdo pulled out of her butt in the moment. One, we already know these terrorists will do fucked up things. So I wouldn't be shocked if we got new canon explaining why this maneuver usually isn't done. I mean, if you have a big enough ship to actually do that kind of damage. I mean, heck, even Hux was surprised, and he's not exactly a beacon of morals. Personally, I really want it built into canon why what she did isn't usually done. Besides the whole you need ships of a certain size for it to be effective and they just couldn't go wasting precious resources. But you know certain extremist groups would have been all over this maneuver, which makes this whole thing a lot more intriguing. I'm looking forward to how this shapes Star Wars lore going forward, but do you think they should spin it that what she did was actually a war crime? Or how would you like it addressed, if at all? Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.